Hello and welcome back to Madman Big Finish Review, a video series where we review one of the latest Big Finish releases. I am joined by Pixel.
Hi, that's me.
Still isn't a professor. Good. The universe is intact. There have been no alterations to the timeline. We have not forgotten anything. Unlike the Fugitive Doctor, who still hasn't remembered things. And yes, we are going to be talking about the Fugitive Doctor Dead or Alive, the second box set in the Fugitive Doctor Adventures, starring Joe Martin as the Fugitive Doctor and Alice Krieg as Cosomogon. Or Cosmo.
Yes. Where's she gone?
Where is she? Where's she gone? Why is the Borg Queen here? That's going to be the little connection. You know how like Doctor Who had those Star Trek crossover comics? They're going to do another one, and like Cosmogon's going to be stuck in the Star Trek universe, and she gets turned into the Borg Queen.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. But yes, Dead or Alive, which is comprised of 3 stories. Flying Solo by Tajinder Singh Heya, probably butchered all that. The Junkyard Loop by Aaron Douglas, and Hereafter by Tim Foley. As usual, we're going to go into spoilers, so if you haven't listened to it, that's a you problem, not a me problem. I can sleep soundly at night, knowing that I have already listened to it and can be spoiled. I don't care if you lose sleep about being spoiled. That's a you problem, okay? I'm not your therapist. I'm not getting paid to listen to your problems. I wish I could.
We're not even getting paid for you to listen to our reviews. So.
We're not getting paid regardless. Me, when we get a copyright strike on any of our videos, well, we're not getting paid regardless. So, Dead or Alive. Pixel, we'll start with you as usual. Your thoughts.
Are you saying
do you want to go overall?
Flying Solo?
Do you want to go overall or by story?
I really don't think the stories really connect, so I think story by story.
Apart from like the last, like the end of the second one, kind of just the last story just follows up from just like they're still chasing each other. So you can kind of say that it just continues
every
after.
time. And really, that's going to be like an overall thoughts. That's going to be the biggest problem with this box set. It ends the same every time. The Doctor slips away somehow, some way from Cosmo, and Cosmo is...
But not Wanda.
Mm-hmm.
You've never watched Fairly Odd Parents?
But not what?
You've never watched
not Wanda. Not
Cosmo
Wanda.
and Wanda?
Cosmo and Wanda, okay.
Cosmo, stop hunting the Doctor.
Cosmo.
But Timmy asked for it.
Okay, honey.
And then Crocker appears. There's no such thing as timeless children.
Running on parents. Let's go story by story.
Story by story? Okay, so first up, Flying Solo, where Pilot Officer Mahinder Singh Jahal is an RAF pilot on a sortie during World War II. Following a close encounter with a flying blue telephone box, his Spitfire vanishes. The Doctor, whose TARDIS is out of control following a blast from a time disruptor, should be keeping a low profile, but with Mahinder lost in time and space, she has to help bring him home.
And that's pretty much everything that happens in the story. I think that Mohinder is a very good not companion because he's really just kind of lost in time, and the Doctor's got to try to do her best to help
him, and then he kind of like realizes, I'm stuck in the past. I'm getting drawn to these specific moments, and like I think like it's his people, his cultures, like history, and like a lot of them are bad. So he starts to think, and the chronons and the time, what the time disruptor does is kind of messing with his head. So he has this idea of, I can change the future. I can change the past, and that could make a better future because these are horrible things that have happened, and I can stop them.
So this is not Time Lord Victorious?
No. So he starts off as like a victim, unintentional victim of circumstances to becoming the
Yeah.
kind of deuteragonist. He's not really doing it for evil. He's not the antagonist, but like
this story is it's very good. This might be one of my favorites, because when I was going ahead and sitting down and listening, this first one, it's nice to have a little bit of a history. With The Fugitive, it's a little harder to go ahead and have stories that are like, oh, well, set on Earth and just the Doctor doing Doctor things, especially for The Fugitive. So here, it's nice to have their version of that. I like the plane. The plane can't land. It's like, when there's a bomb on a bus and you got to keep that bus moving.
What's the Simpson thing? The bus that couldn't slow down.
Yeah. This is a very good story. It might be one of my favorites. Mohinder's great. I think Cosmo being on the trail and ultimately getting the Doctor, but the Doctor being like, "Well, are you going to let me help him?" And I was like, "I said I would," and she's able to do that. And then Mohinder, because of how they managed to save him, that he repels Chronon energy, he's able to splice the tractor beam. I like that. That was the best like escape that we had. Yeah.
I agree. I think it's a solid opener. I did enjoy it. I think Mahinda, very interesting character. I like what that's done with him throughout this entire story until the end, and then you've got that whole setup with like obviously like him being not white and being treated differently, and then you go through going through the past of like his people, and it's always like here's the white oppressor that's taking over because they think it's their right, because they think it's better, and him with his mind being kind of being messed up by going through time, the whole chronons and everything, the time disruptor, and him thinking, well, I could fix things, I can make it better because these are obviously terrible moments in history, and I can make them better. And the kind of thing where then that also leads to the whole with the Doctor and Cosmo, where Cosmo is like, I now have the Doctor, but I have to help the situation because time is possibly going to be altered. So it's like, and I do like that, and that's something that this box set does well, that I do like, that the Doctor and Cosmo's kind of relationship, like with one another. It's kind of a bit more than the Captured in the Capti, like you're developing their kind of dynamic a bit more. That's a positive I would give this box set as a whole. But yeah, Flying Solo, definitely a solid intro to this box set. I liked it a lot. And I also do like the neat little reference where when the Doctor like appears as like the TARDIS appears as like a cloud, but then it changes to its normal look, the telephone box, and like was the RAF guy is like,
turn back down now.
Turn back now. I'm instigating the something blue box thing, because obviously I have orders from the Prime Minister, from the higher ups, regarding the blue box and the
Winston
Doctor.
Churchill.
Because Winston Churchill, obviously, because I like that's a neat little thing that they added in there, because obviously it's got to make sense. So that leads us. Sorry,
I was about to say the same thing that you're about to. Takes us to the Junkyard Loop.
Yes, that takes us to the Junkyard Loop by Aaron Douglas. The Doctor, pursued as ever by Cosomogon, crash lands the TARDIS on an off-grid junk planet littered with the remains of time machines from 1,000 civilizations. After being saved from the indigenous time frost parasites by Sodolus, an old companion long marooned, the Doctor must come up with a plan to save them both. But a sinister division commander has tracked our heroes, and not even Cosomogon can stand between him and his desire to unlock the Doctor's memory and obtain the secrets within.
The secrets of the Grey Man.
The secret of the ooze.
No, secret of Chris Evans, the Grey Man.
I've never watched that, so I don't know.
I didn't watch it either, but like it's like, isn't that the name of it?
I don't know. I've never
The Netflix movie the Russo brothers did, like right after Endgame. And
Electric State, which was bad.
Huh?
Electric State, which was bad.
No. I think it's called The Gray Man.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've never heard
I
of
heard
it,
that
but...
it sucked too. And this story wants to be the Doctor's wife. Did you get that? Do you feel that?
A little bit, but...
Because it's a junkyard planet where it's just time machines and it's from other civilizations too. But there are other TARDISes there. And you would go ahead and you have, instead of like the all-consuming entity within the planet itself, you have parasites. This feels like somebody tweaking the setting, the dressing.
Yeah, I don't really see it that way. I don't see it like
that's
being
all
like...
I could think, man.
Because the
first
Doctor's
thing
wife, the Doctor's wife isn't really about like the planet that has that's a junkyard.
Okay, that's not. I'm not saying it's trying to be the Doctor's wife.
It's just
the focus
it's just
is
borrowing elements. It's not trying to be the Doctor's wife with changes. It's just borrowing elements. I don't see it as like it's trying to be the Doctor's wife, because then you could argue, oh, this episode of Doctor Who is like that episode of Doctor Who because it's also in a fucking canyon or a canary or whatever.
Well, if
look, they use that same filming location as this one. It's obviously copying that episode.
No. Okay, I didn't mean it wants to be. I misspoke. My bad. But it's using that same setting, junkyard time planet, and it's fine. It's fine. That's what it's nice to have an old companion reaching out. I like the cubes being used again, the Time Lord
hypercubes. Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
I like that being used again. Which again, that made me think about the Doctor.
Actually, yeah, now that you like pointed out more, it's borrowing all elements from the Doctor's wife.
Yes.
The story gets kicked off by the Doctor receiving a hypercube, takes him to a junkyard planet that's littered with the remains of time machines.
Where they go ahead and get stuck for a little while. It's the same setting. Obviously, the focus is different because the Doctor's wife, it's about Idris, and then this, it's about Sodalis.
And more mystery on the Doctor's and unknown, missing memories. Yeah.
Here's where our problem lies, because we have this sinister division commander, which he sounded like he was trying to do his best Sasha Dewan master in this one.
I think he was just like being typical, like just sinister, evil higher up.
When he started losing his shit over, this is what I'll do to your companion then. No, that's a little much. That's a little more than sinister. That's just full on psychotic. But I enjoyed the performance. Like he was going ahead and giving it his all. But because of how purposefully vague they are with every single damn thing, the only lead that we have right now is, what do you know about the Gray Man? And the Doctor's like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
It's more set up on the overall mystery.
Yeah. And that's, I don't know. It feels weak. And Sodalis going ahead and giving herself up to the parasites at the end. This will keep them off you. Just felt like a way to make sure that the fugitive doesn't have a companion for now. I wanted to like this episode a lot more, but even the more that I talk, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, I thought. I liked it. I thought it was okay. There's like a 50-50 of me being like, oh, like oh, who's this gray man? That's interesting. But it's like, just more build up for the mystery, like
it might never be answered.
that we won't know. I'm gonna call it again. I'm gonna call it. That's just probably one of the Doctor's timeless child incarnations.
Which actually, that leads me to talk about Hereafter, because there was this hot minute. Unless you want to talk more about this one.
Junkyard, yeah, not really. I like the performances in it. It's okay, but it's whatever.
Hereafter, it's a very, very interesting story because it's not a chase. Thank God.
Thank God.
Because the fugitive is actually caught. But in the area that they are, there is, what is it, like some sort of psychic
force field
that's keeping the ship grounded. And it's starting to have like this slight effect on Cosmo. And we actually get to learn a little bit more about her. And she had her father who seemed to be suffering from like Time Lord dementia. A little bit. For like half a minute, like when I was getting halfway through, I was like, could it be that this is one of the Doctor's timeless child incarnations, grew old and then got rebooted?
No, I never got it. I never got that. No.
I did. For a minute, I was like, wouldn't be, because that's what you think about when you have the Fugitive Doctor, the timeless children and the unknown incarnations, and that's what he has. That's what our focus is right now whenever we're talking about her. So that's what I thought. The story itself is fine. I like the setting of the small primitive town. And yeah, no, I like this one fine, but that's what hit my mind.
Yeah, I thought, Hereafter, I thought it was fine. I think it was okay. I like the whole, like, obviously the history between Time Lords and vampires, I like that whole thing. But but I think obviously the highlight is developing Cosomogon a bit more. And then when you have that end, when you reach that end, where she's reunited with like the psychic remnants of her father, and she's like, okay, Doctor, I'm going to give you a head start because I just want to spend time with my dad before it disappears. So I really like that, everything. Other than that, it's a fine episode. And then, but we're now, even though it's kind of connected, we've now got this whole mystery of like the gray man, or the man in the gray suit, and it's like, dude, sure, yeah, it's connected to the whole Doctor's missing memories, but it's like, do we need to add another thing? Do we need more?
No. Especially considering the fact that
the thing is, I feel like it's just not going to have a resolution because we know the end goal is the Doctor is eventually going to forget, probably going to get captured by Division and then turned into the First Doctor.
Oh, well, you're still more hopeful than I am because I don't even think we're going to get to that point because we don't have a next box set confirmed. I went ahead and looked on the website right now. There's nothing under coming soon, like even with to be announced. So there, as it stands, this is all we have for Fugitive Doctor right now. We might never get another thing again. We probably will. Probably.
Yeah, most likely, yeah. We're definitely going to get something. But yeah, overall, thoughts on the box set overall?
It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It is. I think it's. I don't know if it's just.
I need them to either. I need them to stop pussyfooting around, stop beating around the bush. Just go ahead and try to tackle something directly. Make a big claim. If the show goes ahead and rewrites it later, fine. But make a claim right now. Like, sink your teeth into it. You can't keep being vague when you have a main. She's the main character. We don't know a damn thing other than she doesn't have half of her memories. She doesn't even know why she's on the run.
Yeah, it's
Frustrating.
it's very frustrating, and I don't know. Maybe because it's like, hey, we had like what, um, we've had other box sets where it's like, man, this story is so damn good, it's so like fucking peak, or we've had entire series where it's been peak, like with 11th Doctor Chronicles, like the whole Valerie stuff, peak. You just come into the Fugitive Doctor stuff where it's like, yeah, this is an era that is like rich with storytelling and rich with stuff that we can explore, because the whole point is we don't know anything about like the Fugitive Doctor and her era. So the thing is, because we know the end goal is that she's just going to forget anyway, whether it's her or an incarnation after her. Like, we know the end goal is she's going to forget, and it's gonna restart with the first Doctor. So, but so you can really do anything, anything in this era, because you already have the inbuilt reset button. But it's like we need to slowly, kind of like slowly explore this mystery of like the missing memories. Like, I was hoping with the Fugitive Doctor, sure, that they can explore this aspect of her with the whole missing memories, but also anything else. Do like any other adventures and see like how she's kind of different from other doctors.
I mean, also, like, we didn't have to start with her being on the run. We could have started with her working for Division.
Yeah,
Like,
even that actually would have been interesting as well, like having her work with Division. Considering like one of the big thing is like that like offset her from like when she was introduced with the 13th Doctor, like she just carries a gun. And inbuilt into her TARDIS console is a gun rack. So it's like, it's not even just like, oh, that's just like temporary. That's something that's built into the console. So she's okay with using weaponry.
I mean, she also in that same episode's like, I know I don't use guns, but
Yeah. But it's like,
contradiction. It's
I know, but yeah,
I
it's like,
want
it's,
I really want to like these.
I want something more. There's nothing there to like, that's really kind of hooking me in.
No. No.
Like, so I'm hoping, you know, with the third box set, the next box set, I want them to end this whole chase thing. There has to be an end to this. I don't want every box set to just be like the Doctor is on the run from Cosmogon and they kind of get in adventures together with what's happening, and that's just the story every
Like, with the
single
second
time.
story in this, you could have had that division officer being there, like actually holding something, or have not an end credit scene, but a scene at the end with him actually reporting to some higher figure. Build out division more. We don't know a damn thing, and this is the division doctor as far as we know. So why are we just left sitting here like, this is fine? This is this is just giving Joe Martin a paycheck. And I'm not saying she's doing a bad job,
No,
but they
she's
aren't
doing a fantastic job
to work
throughout
with.
this. It's just, yeah.
They're giving her nothing to work with. You gotta give me more. You gotta give more.
Yeah. So, rating for the box set.
It's 6.
6.
If 5 is average, it's a little above average. It's a lot of fine. The first story was really good, but it's a bunch of fine. So 6 for overall.
Yeah, for me, I'd go 6.5. I'd give it a little bit extra. Like, yeah, it's a first story, really solid, and then I enjoyed the next 2 stories. The performances are great, and I like that we got a bit more with Cosmogon, and then it's kind of expanding her dynamic with the Doctor throughout each of these stories, which is great, you know, because it's Alice Krieg. Alice Krieg is great. But yeah, overall it's just fine. It like I said, the next box set needs to end the chase. And then if they're going to do more box sets, just do anything else. You don't have to have these box sets. It's like the thing is like, why aren't they following what they do with like the other Doctor Adventure box sets? Not a lot of them do this whole like series arc thing with the box sets. Most of the time they're just random adventures. Like you'll have some like like Eighth Doctor, once they got into like the 4 box set stories, was very series driven. Like with how that was formatted with Dark Eyes, Doom Coalition, Ravenous, then Stranded. But then after that, it just became different box sets, and hell, even like different companions in those box sets or different eras of the Eighth Doctor. Like, you should do that with the Fugitive Doctor. Just explore, just have different adventures. It doesn't have to be tied down to this whole missing memories. The whole like division. Division is after her. Just do anything.
Well, if they had done a box set with like, let's say 4 stories in each one, and 2 of them are on the run, and then 2 of them are following the other Fugitive Doctor that we met in the first box set that still works for Division and is tracking herself down. That could be more interesting than what we have right here. We're retreading the same thing over and over again. We're using the same set dressings over and over again. I'm done, man. No, I'm not done, but still, it's just, I want more. You gotta be willing to take some risks. You can't play it safe.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's just like them or to do with the rights, and maybe they've been given limitations of like what they can do.
I don't think so. Do you think RTD is ever going to touch Division again? No.
Well, to be fair, this is a Chibnall thing, so it's mainly to do with Chibnall.
Yeah, but again, Chibnall spoke to, like, whenever they talk about when they made that first box set, they spoke with Chibnall to go ahead and talk about, like, so what exactly happened? And Chibnall said, "Oh, I don't know. I left it vague on purpose, so go ahead."
Okay, yeah. See, if even Chibnall himself said, "Go ahead." Yeah, just do anything.
Chibnall gave ideas of what he thought X, Y, and Z could be connected to, but he doesn't actually have a firm grasp what happened during this Doctor's life at this time. So it doesn't. You have a free field. Make use of it. Stop building the same condo over and over again. Make a fucking fountain. I don't know.
But anyway, that is our thoughts on the Fugitive Doctor Adventures, Dead or Alive. Wanted! Dead or Alive! Why no Bon Jovi, huh? You call it Dead or Alive, you don't have any Bon Jovi references in it? Not even, it's my life! It's now or never, Doctor. I ain't gonna live forever.
Well, we're over halfway there. I think it's time.
You could say with what we want with this box set, we're living on a prayer. That's the only Bon Jovi like lyrics I know, so I could not make references to anything from his discography. Yeah. But that is it for our thoughts on Dead or Alive. If you've listened to the box set, please leave your thoughts in the comments below. Remember to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and we'll catch you all in the next one.
Good night.